Okay, camera angle has been fixed. Today we're going to talk about my day at Santa Barbara. I'm very excited for the school. I thought it was a very pretty campus. Yes, I thought it was a very pretty campus. I know, very unprofessional of me to be adjusting my camera mid everything. Sorry if that's an issue. I don't record myself very often, if that wasn't obvious. I know you're not supposed to, like, treat your first video as if it is your first video. You're supposed to treat it as if you have an audience, but I know that I don't. I know I'm talking to basically myself. I feel like I'm gonna need to speak up, or at least change the volume at parts, because I feel like I'm quiet. Sorry, I just popped 2 massive pimples on my freaking right here. I get them there all the time. They're where I get the worst ones. Okay, during angle change, I had to make sure that nobody in my house could hear me. Still in the kitchen. Fridge now. Say hi, Fridge. She can't speak. I just refuse to say her name. It rhymes with Shixby? Yeah, it rhymes with Shixby, but I'm not gonna say it. She doesn't understand what Shixby means, so we're lucky. Today was, so Santa Barbara is my dream school so far. The only school that I've left to tour is Pepperdine, which is in Malibu. I don't know when that'll be, but that's the next tour on my roster. I'm gonna move this a lot. I'm gonna find my place, but right now it's the kitchen. So I don't really have anything to do. It is very late. You saw the clock. It's 9:30, almost 40. This is going to be a long video. It's probably not gonna be that long. I don't want it to be longer than 10 minutes, but it will be, because I have no idea what I'm going to say. I'll probably cut this out, but if I don't, you have inside information on who I really am. So, my plan for this is basically like a video diary that I'm sharing with the public, because if I'm going to talk to somebody, if I'm going to talk to myself, I might as well do it on a camera and put it on the internet, because if I get famous, I get money, and ideally, people who know who I am and like an audience, because that'd be cool. I do like the idea of having like a fan base, like having fans, an audience. That'd be cool. Scary but cool. Hopefully my family doesn't ever see this, because that would be bad for me and for them. And if you do ever see this, scroll or don't click on the video. Scroll or don't click. I like the idea of being a content creator because it means I get to basically be like an actor, except I'm myself, and I also get to just yap, and I get to potentially make money if I get famous. Sorry if I look tired. It is 9 o'clock at night. 9:40. But today at Santa Barbara, it was a 2-hour drive from here because we live so far away, which is one of the cool things about Santa Barbara. It's far enough away that I feel like I'm on my own, but it's close enough that I could call my family if I need them, and they could come and get me, and they can come help me. Or if I'm feeling homesick, I could go to them, but I probably won't because I don't think I will own a car. Because Santa Barbara apparently is a very close, like, campus to like everything, so you don't have to drive. It's just bike everywhere. Super bike accessible. So that's my plan. I have a bike. I own one. But I plan to use it to travel and stuff. That does not work. Okay, good to know. There's a light on my tripod. I wanted to know if it worked. It does not. It is broken. It is out of charge. Oh well. But yeah, it's a very cool school. Very pretty. It has the major I'm interested in, which is creative writing. I'm going to talk about that more on this channel. If I ever do more of these. I probably will. They will not be good, though. I'm probably not going to edit this one. Today, we are going to talk about, other than my experience at Santa Barbara, I want to talk a little bit about myself, because it is my first video, and I want you to know who I am. My name is Serena. That's my name. Well, it's the name I want to go by. Because, fun fact, that will not be so fun because I'm going to talk about it a lot. I'm trans. Yeah. It's not something I like saying. Like, I don't like saying, oh, I'm trans, because it sounds fake. You know? Like, it sounds like I'm saying it for attention. So I just say I'm a T-girl. Like a trans girl. Because just saying I'm trans sounds very cliche. You know? So, I'm a trans girl. I want to go by Serena. I don't go by Serena because not many people... Well, to be fair, all the people who know are my family and, like, 2 friends. My friends would call me Serena and they would call me she, her. But my parents will not. I've given up on the idea that they ever will. There's a question for y'all people out there who are trans. Have you given up on your parents ever calling you by your preferred names and pronouns? Because I have. And I really haven't talked about it a lot, but I know that they will never, and I've given up on that dream before it even blossomed. Before I even dreamt it, I gave up on the dream. But I know that my friends will if I ever ask them to. Also, glasses, what do you think? I like them. But yeah, not me trying to serve face, but serving ass. Because an ass is the opposite of the face. Okay, now I'm being weird. Why do I laugh so weird? I'm sorry. If the 0 people who are watching this look at me and go, wow, you're really cringe. Yeah, I will be cringe, and I probably will stay that way. Other facts about me. I like gaming. Gaming is fun. Some of my favorite games are Pokemon and Genshin recently, although I'm not the happiest with it currently. But Nodcry is coming out, so excited for Nodcry. I'm also excited for Mizuki. I know she's already out. I'm recording this after, as July is about to end. So Mizuki has been out for a while, but I don't have her, and she will be good out for the anniversary. So I want that. I want Mizuki. I will be getting her. I've already got her level up materials done. I just need her talents, and I just need her talent materials some more and some XP books. And I'll be farming that the entirety of next version. I'll throw polls at Silali. I don't think I'll get her, but I'll throw some polls at her. I'll throw some polls, lose my 50, 90% sure I'll lose my 50-50, and she's in the first half, so if I can farm up 60 polls in the first half, not gonna happen, but I can try. If I can farm up 60 polls in the first half, probably more close to 50 now. If I can farm up 50 polls in the first half, I'll get her. I'll lose the 50-50 to her. And if I'm lucky, I'll get Mizuki and I'll get her C1 during the anniversary. Or I'll just get C5 Dea, I guess. That works too. Dea is C4 on my account. Talking a lot about Genshin right now. We're talking about me. A little bit more about me. I like writing. That's one of my passions. I freaking love writing. That's actually why I want to go to Santa Barbara for the writing program. I hope I'm not too quiet. I really hope I'm not too quiet, or that this chair is louder than me. I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to be quiet because my family is right there, and I don't want them to hear me because they are all awake. And if they hear me, then they'll know that I'm doing this, and then they'll judge me or something. I'm very afraid of judgment. Another fun fact about me. But with writing, I love creative writing. I think I'm very inspired by Gacha life because I was a Gacha kid. TMI maybe? No, not TMI. I was a Gacha kid. Sorry, the pimple was popped recently, right before I started filming. I shouldn't have done that. But, oh well. I didn't want to have a giant-ass pimple on my face while I'm filming. Sorry. The drawer is broken and I'm playing with it. I don't really know what to talk about. That's a little introduction about me. And now we're gonna talk about, well, my plan was on this challenge just yap for a while. That's the entire point of the videos I'm making, is just yapping videos. Hi, that's the plan. We're just gonna yap about experiences in my day, whatever comes to mind. Today it's introduction, because I'm new. My first video. I will be making more of these. I don't know if it'll be consistent, but I will be making more. Um, at least once a month, although I can easily do once a week because I'm not really editing them that well. And they don't take that much effort because I'm just sitting in front of my camera and yapping, and I can do it any night. We're gonna talk about. I do a lot of thinking in my car. Like I talk to myself in my head as if I'm talking to a camera. And in my head in the car, when I was on my way back from Santa Barbara, I was talking about dysphoria and euphoria that you get from strangers. Because at Santa Barbara, I was walking up to the tour guide to ask her about something, and this old white man, was like, we were both waiting at the same time. And I was like there a little bit before him. And so he's just sat there, and when she looked at him, and he's like, oh no, this young lady, she wants to ask you a question, and looks at me. And I'm like, young lady? Young lady? Aw. And I was already feeling a little dysphoric because the outfit I was wearing was just like a pinkish purple t-shirt with like flowers. It was like a floral print, black floral on the pinkish purple, with and I was wearing like white shorts and a white zip-up hoodie. So, not super femme. I prefer dressing femme if I can, but I'm also like to be comfortable, so I'm not gonna wear a freaking jeans and a t-shirt for a 2-hour car ride both ways. It was 3 hours back because traffic. God, it was awful, but it's a really pretty campus, and I would make the drive again for the campus. I would. I keep slouching. I need to stop slouching. I will slouch a lot though. At the end of the day, I'm gonna slouch, and that's on that. That's the chair. The chair is very old. It's leather, and one of the things is breaking. So, how fun for me. If you guys hear squeaking, that is the chair. I'm so sorry. So, and then there was a little bit of dysphoria yesterday. Was it yesterday that we went to, I think it was yesterday. We went to Six Flags, which was I would say it was fun, yeah. We have Knott's passes, so we get to go, because we have the upgrade. For those of you who have Knott's passes, and you live near we live like 2 hours from Six Flags, so definitely not close, but we have Knott's passes, and we go all the time and get food. And at the upgrade, that lets us go to Six Flags, so it wasn't that much more expensive. According to my mom, I didn't pay for it, but she says it wasn't that much more expensive. So I'm so sorry if the camera quality looks like shit. I'm just saying my hands are blurry. So my face is probably blurry, but it's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm recording on my phone. So you will not have good quality for the foreseeable future. Also, hair. What do you think? I like it. But this is basically a video diary. What was I saying? When I went there, I'm pretty sure I heard when I was leaving, somebody said, "Have a great day, sir." So, a little saddening. I didn't say anything. I just left because I was leaving out the door to leave Six Flags. But yeah, to be fair, I don't mind. I don't really, I get like saddened when people say sorry, but I'm not like offended because I know what I look like. I know who I am. I know what I was wearing. Okay. Like, I know what I look like. Okay, I have a little bit of freaking 5 o'clock shadow. I'm flat-chested as fuck. Let me. Flat. I'm flat AF. And I'm not like pretty, I'm not even big in the back. I'm flat back there too. So I'm just like, just a pole. Which sucks, but whatever. My family says I need to work out and get muscles, but I don't want those. I want a nice core. Speaking of nice core, cat's eye. That's what I think about when I want. Like, what do I look like? Manon, Lara, or Lara. I don't know how to say her name. I'm pretty sure it's Lara. That's how it's spelled. Okay, sorry. My Grammy came and she wanted to pop the pimples on my face, and she did. So we have a new one on the club of pimples that are bleeding. How fun. And I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm so sorry. I remember saying something about dysphoria from the people at the Six Flags. No, I think we're good. I'm sorry there's so many pauses. I'm so sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna think of it. Let's just say I want to get 20 minutes in, because it will probably be edited down if I figure out how to do that well. I probably won't, so it'll probably just be 20 minutes, but I want to get at least a good 20 minutes of recording in, because I feel like 20 minutes is a pretty good run time. That's how long I usually like to watch things. But speaking of watch things, all good art is inspired by other art, and I'm going to talk about some of the people that inspire me. First one, I think should be obvious. She's making a Yapping video. It's not even Emily. Love her content. She's absolutely hilarious. And I kind of just put on some of her Yapping videos in the background while I watch TV. Well, not watch TV. Well, play video games. She is the TV that I'm listening to. I also watch a lot of Gabby Bell and Chad. They're very fun, very interesting people. Stanzi Potenza, love her. I've specifically her long-form content on YouTube that she started making. It's very fun to watch. I love listening to other people's opinions. Also love Anne-Marie Forcino. I'm sorry, I was blanking on her name. Love her content as well. Very, very interesting. She's probably one I watch the least because a lot of her content is more like internet drama in a more negative light versus not even Emily, who's just covering topics. Same thing with the Queer Kiwi. If I look at too much like internet drama or like negative content for too long, I get into like a very negative mindset, so I have to watch more funny or positive people because they're far too serious for me. You know, not even Emily. I can't take her seriously at all, and I love it that way. Gabby Bell, she's very positive, and Chad is a good mix between the two. I can't take her seriously, and she's also very positive. Versus Anne-Marie Forcino, who I do take seriously, and same thing with the Queer Kiwi. They're very serious people, and their opinions are ones that are more like, you know, very thought out, very like serious, and I like take them very, very seriously. Versus the other people who are more like enjoyment watches, which is why I watch things. So, a little bit about me. As a trans girl, I guess I would be considered straight. However, I'm not a huge fan of that word. I don't want to be considered a straight. Ew. Straight people? Disgusting. I don't have a problem with them myself, but they need to keep that shit to the privacy of their own bedroom. Okay? They need to keep those disgusting things that is purely sexual in front of people. Ew. No, but I just don't like calling myself straight because it has, to me in my head, has a very negative connotation, but I guess technically I am. I'm also very, very used to just saying I'm a homosexual. That's how I've described myself for a very, very long time. So having to just say I'm straight now is weird. I could just say I'm attracted to men, which is what I do. I am attracted to men. And one of again, chair, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the squeaking. One of the men that I am attracted to, or at least the type, is kind of specific, but also kind of not specific. I'm into, I guess it's kind of like a, you know what? That's a second video type of thing, or like a third or fourth. I don't think I should divulge that information right now, especially since we're nearing the 20-minute mark. But yeah, that's a bit about me. Oh yeah, I was talking about writing. That's something I got off topic of. I'll bring it back to that. I love writing. It's one of my passions. I enjoy doing it all the time. I talk very fast. I'm so sorry if you guys can't hear me or understand what the heck I'm saying. But I love writing. It's one of my passions. I enjoy creating a character and writing their story and getting attached to them. And then, you know, I just really want people to look at what I do and fall in love with it, which is why I love writing. And that's why I'm doing this. Because I get to yap and have people say, oh my god, that's so real. And it is real. But yeah, I like write fantasy, specifically romance as well. So more like some books that have inspired me are Arusha. I don't know if that's like a a very specific take of or if that's like a very well known common book, but I don't hear anybody talking about it. So I'm going to assume it's a very specific and unique take, and I'm like the only person who's read it, and I'm not like other girls because I read Arusha. well, you other girls and peoples of all you other people reading Percy Jackson. I was reading Arusha, the Pandava novel, and I've never read Percy Jackson. No, but I've never read it. Despite the fact that I freaking love Greek mythology, I'm not like I'm like a believer in Greek mythology though. I should probably point that out. I'm a Greek mythology lover in the way where I know the myths. I have a favorite god. Well, it's a favorite goddess. I don't know if Circe counts. Circe, if she doesn't count Aphrodite or Hestia, I guess she's so unproblematic. Unproblematic queen. As far as I'm aware, I haven't heard of her killing anybody or sleeping with her cousin. So unproblematic queen. But no, I've never read Percy Jackson. I've never seen the movies. I've seen a little bit of the TV show on Disney Plus, but I could not get into it because the main character was so freaking whiny to me. I don't know if that's rude to say, but he sounded really freaking whiny, so I could not get into it. Also, I think I do look better from this angle, so you will be seeing more of this angle, or from this angle. I guess I look good. I don't... I guess I look good from, like, any angle. Look good. I don't hate myself from any angle. Except like down, because I hate my forehead, or up because it looks ridiculous. And the glare. Ooh, wait. Sparkling, my twinkle in my eye. Oh my god. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I've said that 5 times. Probably more than 5 times. But yeah. Some of the books I've written are unfinished. I've finished 2 books, and they were back in middle school, and they both suck, like, really badly. Well, 3 books, actually. There's the 2 that I wrote in middle school, and then there's the one that I wrote in elementary school, all sucked really badly. Like, really, really bad. They were all absolute dog. Very cringe, too. And a little creepy, not gonna lie. I was influenced by a lot of things, specifically Fire Emblem when writing the recent one. So one of the characters I based very heavily on Nyx, and so the idea was she's like a mage girl who like did some like really stupid stuff with magic. I didn't play the game when I was writing the book. I watched people. I knew of the characters. And knew how to play it, but I didn't have it. I didn't get to play it until recently when my friend modded my 3DS. Thank you, by the way. Can I say that? I think I can say that. My friend modded my 3DS. Thank you, by the way, bestie. He's one of my closest friends. At least I think. I don't know how he feels about me. I don't know if he loves me or not. No, but... I was inspired by Nyx, and one of the characters is like a magic girl of the sister of the main character who looks like they're like supposed to be like juniors and seniors in high school, but she looks like she's like a middle schooler. And one of the main characters, back when I first wrote it, he had a thing for her, and I realized now that was really freaking creepy. So then I revised it a year later and made it so that he could see through magic and saw her for who she really was, and I still think it's creepy. I still think it's a little weird. I don't know why I wrote that in middle school. To be fair, I watched AFMAO, so the idea of a freshman dating a senior was cute to me, which, no thank you. Now that I'm a junior, no thank you. When I was a freshman, no thank you, because there was a senior at our school who dated a lot of freshmen. Really creepy guy. Like, just being honest, really creepy guy. So yeah. I like writing. I don't have an outro or an intro. I want to post on TikTok too, not just YouTube, which is where this will be going, I assume. I assume I'm the one posting it. I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I will be posting on TikTok. I don't know if I won't be posting as much. Um, but check me out. If I ever post anything, if I ever make anything, it'll probably be Garden of Serena too. And I'll link it in my YouTube bio. I'll link my YouTube and my TikTok bio. I'll just everything linked. And if I ever write anything, you guys will be the first to know. Currently, I'm working on a series, like a mini series. Well, a series of mini books. And it's like an anthology or whatever. Like a collection of short stories about like all bunch of different people, and they're all connected by like being in the same area, or like certain characters that carry over. Like there's the main character of one story, Veronica, who's being, who falls in love with this guy who's secretly stalking her. What? Yeah, he's a stalker. Spoiler alert. Oop. But yeah, he's a stalker. We're only on the first book, so it'll be very clear in the second book he's a freaking stalker. He's gonna move in right next to her, and he's gonna know everything she likes. And if you can pick up on the subtext, it's very clear that he's stalking her, but you could also just see it as something very cute. So spoiler alert, I guess. But of the story, my favorite one that I've written is Not Your Fault. It's one of the two that I've finished. And the main character, her parents are getting a divorce. Am I speaking from experience? No, my parents have not gotten a divorce. I wish they would, though. So I wish I was her. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself. Right there. Camera's there. But I'm looking at myself, which is right over there. So yeah, if I'm not looking at the camera, it's because if I look like I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking to the side, it's because I am not. I'm looking at myself. Yeah. Also, I do think I look better when I look from the side. When my eyes look inside, than when they are on the straight. I don't know. You tell me. I'll see it, so I'll know. If I ever get famous, which will not happen. Oh, we're nearing 30 minutes. Oof. Some things we're gonna talk about plans for this channel in the future. Plans for the future. I want to promote my book, obviously. I want to promote my book. I want to talk about things I like, things I find important, things I find impactful. My first real video, I am going to have a topic, and I'm going to try my best to stick to it. It will not be scripted, though. So I will stray from my topic many, many times. But, I don't know what it will be about. Some of my ideas are OCs and their place in my life and art. As a trans girl, my OCs and characters have been very beneficial to me. I've kind of, well, to be fair, to make it obvious, most of my female leads have been named Serena. Of the ones I've not finished, a lot of the characters are named Serena. I've always liked that name. I've always thought it was a perfect name for a female MC, and I've always kind of used it as the name for myself when I've never really gone by a female character, so I guess I never really had to use it. But Serena is the name of all of my female characters in my head. If I ever come up with an OC in my head, it's Serena. Her name is Serena, you know? I love that name so much, and I'm keeping it. So that's why the channel is called Garden of Serena. So I will probably talk about OCs at some point in my OCs specifically. I have a couple. Specifically, OCs in established stories. Like OCs for an anime, or for a TV show, or for a book. I want to talk about that. Oh. One of my friends posted. They are awesome. That friend. They are super cool. I'd get all my fashion advice from them. They're awesome. I want to talk about offices and things I like. But there are a lot of things I want to talk about. So other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed. I guess I'd probably talk about some other topics that I might want to cover in the future. Writing, obviously, I'll have an entire video about that at some point. My journey, and my journey for the future, my career goals. Speaking of careers, I want to make this a career. this is a really cool career idea for me. I'm having a ton of fun doing this, by the way. Alright, that is all for now. There's people coming. What's a fun outro? I'll do a ton and see if I can find one, but today, make sure to tend to your garden. Serena's garden.